Hello, y'all. I would want to make a quick video just on what I believe to be the world's political spectrum. I was gonna do the same, I was gonna do this video, but a lot more like in depth and actually try to compare which parties are to the left of other parties or to the right of other parties, and how much so in the different countries. Even if they're all considered center left or center right parties, how more right or how more left are they? But then I'm like, that's gonna take a lot of depicting and a lot of opinioning. So, like a lot of opinions. So that's what I'm saying. Instead, let's just do a general world's political spectrum, from the Greens and Socialists to the Nationalists and staunch Nationalists. I do not know why I put it in there twice. I meant to put it in there once, but still. Okay, so to start, we have the center left parties of the Liberal Party of Canada, shown here by Justin Trudeau, because I tried to get people who are in power that would represent or would be a part of these parties. And I didn't put Joe Biden in because it's not a show. This is a video, and I live in America, and I'm very interested in the world's politics, like especially basically Britain's politics, as in Britain, I know the United Kingdom, that's what it is. And like Britain's politics, New Zealand's politics, I haven't gotten into Australia actually that much, but and so currently, Justin Trudeau, part of the Liberal Party of Canada, he's at the helm of that government, and he's part of the Centre Left Party. There's Socialist Party of France, which I know, wild for you, like you see socialist, but I don't believe this actually. I don't believe the Socialist Party of France is actually socialist. Like, they haven't been as socialist as they used to be. But also the political spectrum in France is already so shifted to the left. And then there's the Social Democratic Party of Germany, which I was thinking about putting him, and by him I mean like the guy that's about to become or is the leader now of Germany. But I didn't, because I already had Justin Trudeau and Jacinda Ardern. That's probably not how you pronounce her name. Jacinda Ardern. But anyways, Social Democratic Party of Germany, the Democratic Party of the United States, the Labour Parties of New Zealand and the United Kingdom, and the Liberal Democratic Party of the United Kingdom. And I put the Liberal Democratic Party because they're not one of the two main parties, but they're still like center left party that's like not Labour. It's something. If you live in the United Kingdom, then I hope I'm mentioning it properly. And anyways, center right parties, there's the Les Républicains, or the Republicans of France, if you're from America. The Christian. Oh, by the way, so this guy. Okay? Reversing. The Les Républicains were in power about a decade ago, back when I don't know much of what he did. I just know that he won in 2007 and became, I think, very popular for a long period of time, but then eventually found unpopularity and has left. And I think after that his party has actually fallen to second or third place. That's also because of Emmanuel Macron's centrist party really becoming the forefront of French politics. But anyways, the Christian Democratic Union of Germany, she was leader, as I would know. She'd been leader. Well, she was leader from 2005 to 2021. That's a long time. Anyway, so then the National Party of New Zealand, which I know that they're going under a party struggle right now. And by right now, I mean right after Thanksgiving. Like, this is filmed on the day after Thanksgiving. So yeah, and then the Conservative Parties of Canada, which is currently headed by Erin O'Toole. the Conservative Party of Canada, not Canada, of the United Kingdom, which is done with Boris Johnson. But I've heard that he also, just like Aaron O'Toole, Boris Johnson is also under, like, there's a lot of suspicion that Boris may be not liked by his party, let's just say that, and may be ousted after, well, no, because they have to get enough votes by their own members, which they're not going to do, but it shows discontent in their party. Now, Aaron O'Toole also, I think, is facing, he's not facing an active leadership challenge, but there were rumors swirling around that people may want to challenge him. He's basically because I do believe he's too left wing for the Conservative Party of Canada, because as you saw, because this is what happens whenever a party goes too far to the other side. Like, there's a healthy and proper way to moderate yourself, and then there's the Aaron O'Toole way, where you just become the Liberals, like, literally. He became in favor of the gun control, he became in favor of vaccine mandates, he basically became in favor of everything the Liberals were doing. He became in favor of the $10 a day child care and public housing, stuff that the Liberals were. I even saw this one guy say that his platform was basically just the 2015 Liberal platform. Either 2015 or 2019, and I said 100%, because Justin Trudeau hasn't really changed much from 2015, I don't imagine. So, like, in his party platform and stuff. So, the fact that the parties are now the same, and when he shifted too far to the middle, we saw a good 5% of Canadians vote for Maxime Bernier, the more right wing, the staunchly right wing person. But anyways, the Republican Party of the United States. Okay, and I'm going to breeze past that one because otherwise I'm going to go on a rant. The third parties, by the way, the Green parties of Canada, France, Germany, New Zealand, United Kingdom, United States. As you can tell, Green parties are basically all over the democratic world. The Free Democratic Party of Germany, the Libertarian Party of the United States. I put them together because I imagine they're generally the same. I do believe they're generally the same thing. I think the FDP and the Libertarian Party are both libertarian-esque parties, kind of. I know the FDP is really into budgeting, and, you know, not having deficits all the time. I don't know how much the Libertarian Party would do, but anyways. The NDP of Canada, they are their whole other bunch, and the Left Party of Germany, and the Communist Party of France. So, you know. Then the political spectrum that I've done, the Communist Party of France, and basically the far left. Communist Party of France and the left of Germany. And then the left wing, Green parties, and the NDP. The center left being all of these parties. And then the centrist being the FDP. Now, by the way, I don't live in Germany. I did do a bunch of research back a few months ago, back when the German election was happening, and I do believe the FDP are, like, they're the kingmakers, basically. The Greens also became kingmakers, kind of, but to a lesser degree, because I don't imagine the Green Party would very much ever go with the center-right party in Germany. But okay, so then the center-right party, the Conservatives in Canada and the United Kingdom, the Republican Party in the US, the National Party in New Zealand, the CDU in Germany, and the Les Republicains in France. And the right wing being libertarians, as seen by the symbol. Conservatives and Les Republicans, Labor and the Democrats, and then the left and the Green. I wanted to have a wide, quote unquote wide, I wanted to have enough of a variety from, well, and I chose these 6 different countries to represent, you know, a left wing to right wing. But also, as you can see, there's a lot more left wing parties than there are right wing parties. I've realized that. And I also realized, like, and I do believe that Europe, the United Kingdom, oh yeah, Europe and the United Kingdom are their whole entire political window of thought is shifted to the left in comparison to where I live, the United States. Because, for instance, in the United Kingdom, if anyone attempts to try to go after and you know decrease funding for the NHS or even down like decentralize it whatsoever, their political career is like tanked. Like it's just, and that's why the Conservative Party is in support of it because otherwise I wouldn't exist. But anyways, also the Conservatives in Canada because even before Erin O'Toole basically becoming a liberal, there was Andrew Scheer, and I think Andrew Scheer was pro-life, but he didn't instruct his members of the Conservative Party to be pro-life, which is, but in America, like basically all of the Republicans are pro-life. There's like a handful that are not, like Suzanne Collins. I don't know about Lisa Murkowski. I imagine she's not pro-life, but and like a dozen or two House members, probably from New York, California, that type of, and or New Jersey. But anyways, the point is that on different like the political spectrum is just shifted to the left in these countries. But anyways, like the Les Republicans in France are nothing like the Republican Party of the United States. But I put them in the center right column because for their countries they're considered center right. And I also didn't know where to put the libertarians because the libertarian voters, yeah, they're staunchly right wing. Some might even say far right, basically anarchist. But the Libertarian Party is not even close to its voter base. Like the Libertarian Party just wants to legalize everything and probably decrease taxes / regulations. And that's why I'm like, I don't think the Libertarian Party represents its voters. So I'm like, maybe the Libertarian Party is just right wing in general. Not on social values. No, not at all. On social, it's weird because on social values, the Libertarian Party is left wing, but on economic values, it's the right. But also generally in smaller government, at least that's what they say. But anyways, that was my video. Alright, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.